Great, thank you. Welcome back, everyone. This is Robert from Custodian File. I'm recording this September 9th, 2023. What you're looking at here is the LAPD. They've been here for a couple of days circling the same location. Look at that. He saw the dragon. I'm going to slow it down. I'm going to slow everything down for you. But he saw it because he has a flare camera, a really nice system. And so he's doing his best. They are doing everything they can. Look at this in slow motion. Look at that, right above them. There is others too. I can't record them all. I don't see them all, but there's for the new viewers, real quick. There are very small UAPs flying around Marina Del Rey. It's been going on since 2017. The government's doing everything they can to figure this out. They travel at 2,000 miles an hour, no sonic boom, and they trigger the X-band on your car radar detector, the Spectrum, X-band, K-band, about 8% of the time, and they also leave an audio about 8% of the time. But nevertheless, this is what's going on, so very repeatable, very predictable. If you're a new viewer, you're going, this is a bird, this is a bug. So nothing can travel at these speeds here. The Pentagon on April 19th said that these UAPs are real. They're going 2,000 miles an hour, and they're also triggering the X-band. So I don't know if the Pentagon's watching my channel, but that was weird how they got that right. So let me show you some other videos. There's a lot going on. Please remember to like, subscribe, comment. If you're new to the channel, thank you for watching. I'll try to show you my best video here. All right, let's go to the next. Super, same day. Look at this. This is a UAP dragon. I call them dragons because I thought they were dragonflies 6 years ago. I thought they were dragonflies, so I still call them dragons. This one's closer to the camera. I know you're saying, no, it has wings. It's got to be a bug. So those wings, highly likely, I'm 99% sure they're running on electricity. And what you're looking at is propulsion, plasma jet, extreme high voltage, extreme, way over 100 million volts. Of course, mega materials, you need materials like that, superconductors, so that the matrix does not literally evaporate right before your eyes. They figured it out. So like I said, the LAPD's been here in the last couple of days. I'm going to show you some other really good video of these UAP flying with the LAPD, and they're triggering the X-band, and they even triggered an audio too. So let's go to the next one. Can't see there's a lot of sunlight and glare, so I can't see the dragon. There you go. X-band right there, ground zero. Look at that. I hope I caught the dragon. I can't see them all, they're way too fast. And if they're way out there, that's a mile and a half. I'm not gonna see everything. Oh boy, I think we just caught a dragon with the X-band. Oh, wait a minute, I think I just saw something under the helicopter. There it is again. Damn it. Whoa. These things are way too fast. Okay, super. So real quick again, the last couple of days, the LAPD, the police have been here a lot. They're helicopters. They're looking for these UAPs. They're doing everything they can. They're doing a fantastic job. So I've slowed this down. I put some contrast. You can see these things come in. They're way out there. The jetty rocks, where the helicopter is a mile and a half from me. So at 2,000 miles an hour, the size of a football, it's hard to see these things. I've slowed them down. I've added the contrast. You can still see them. They're all over. They're all over Marina Del Rey. As a matter of fact, today, September 9, my X-band on my camera has just been going off, like left and right. They're flying all over the sky. I can't keep up. I can't keep up with all the video. You can do this too. You get a used car radar. I get mine on eBay. I paid like 35 bucks. You can get a couple of them. I attach it to my cameras, and these things and these UAPs will trigger your car radar. Nothing fancy. You don't need a lot of money to record these things. You can use your cell phone. Landscape, zoom in halfway, not too close, you'll zoom out the dragon, just like this. Zoom in halfway, record for 30 seconds, record helicopters, go to your airport, record airplanes, record anything over 150 feet in the sky. Sometimes they fly alone, they fly solo, but it's a lot easier. They're very predictable. Very predictable, especially right here in Marina Del Rey, the Jetty Rocks. Very predictable. This has been going on since 2017. Phenomenal. Let's go to the next video. Okay, so you just saw the this UAP tag this helicopter, and look at the sound. Look at that. He's making this audio sound. You can hear the audio sound. I happen to be behind my glass door, so when you record like in a sound chamber, where you eliminate outside noise, delete the white noise, you can pick up these UAPs about 8% of the time also. So they trigger the radar, X-band, K-band, and they make an audio sound 8% of the time. This one sounds like a hammer hitting a cement wall or something. You tell me what you think it sounds like. I do have you've seen before, I do have it posted on other videos. It's phenomenal. You never get tired of it. It's to the exact second, basically. Maybe a quarter of a second off, but more or less to the exact second. If you saw my Blue Angel video of the wormhole I found in Palmdale, California, when the UAP flew up to the cockpit, it also made that click sound, an audio sound, which is like the best wormhole video I've ever accidentally found on YouTube. Okay, if you remember to like, subscribe, comment. If you have any questions, let me know. I'll do my best to answer. Let's go to the next. Fantastic. Here we go. Same location, LAPD. Look at this. It's so friggin' fast. I've added the contrast. There you go. That should help. I think there were two of them there too. Yeah, there's one much further away next to the helicopter. He's booking it. He travels about 1.5 miles in 1.5 seconds. So they're booking it. And so in this case, there's two dragons here. Very fast. When I say there's no GPS, that means the helicopter's flying with its radio transponder turned off. In other words, no GPS location is possible. If you look on planefinder.net, you'll see, and look at the timeline, you'll see there was no helicopter there at the time. I think they do that. The assumption is the police are pretty sure they're chasing some Earth person with an Earth drone, and they do not want to give him a warning that the police is flying in. So they're trying to sneak up, and then the second theory is they know I'm watching Plane Finder and they don't want to give me more video, which is too bad on both FAA regulations that all aircraft must have its GPS radio transponder turned on. I believe it's called the ABSD. Okay, so here's the paracel. The paracel gets tagged. Look, I couldn't turn my camera on fast enough. I was recording the LAPD. I shut my camera off. Then I noticed the paracel's there, so I tried to turn it back on, and I barely made it. I barely made it because I want to turn my camera on before he gets to 150 feet, because 150 feet is the ceiling where these dragons start to become active, like an action potential. 150 is the mark. So luckily, I did turn it on right in time. Look at that. It gets just predicted right. I mean, I knew I would miss it if I didn't turn my camera on fast. So very predictable. You're saying, I know some of you, and I get that. You know, I call them dragons because 6 years ago, I was sure they were bugs. They had to be bugs. They had to be dragonflies. What else could they be, right? What else could they be? So 12,000 hours of research, 6 years, 4,000 videos later, very predictable. You cannot do that with a bird or a bug. You cannot predict their flight. They cannot trigger the X-band. They only fly at one location, right here in Marina Del Rey. And they only fly when things are in the air. When there's nothing in the air, they don't fly. So it's kind of a waste of time. You can record the empty sky. You might get lucky, but don't waste your time. Wait for a helicopter or a jet, and you'll get more dragons that way. Super. Let's go to our last video here. There, look at that. Look at that. Radar with the dragon right off the ground. Textbook. That was a dragonfly. That was a dragonfly. Okay, look at this. This is, I believe, tourism coming in. Look at that. Got lucky here. We got a radar hit. We got a launch of a dragon. Same spot on the ground, coming right off the ground. We have a launch. So you're saying, you know, somebody, why don't you have your camera pointed at the ground? So it's just one of me, one camera. I'm trying to record the helicopters, and they don't always come off the ground. The majority are horizontal, left to right, right to left. There's that dragonfly I was just telling you about. See, that's why I call them dragons, because 6 years ago, they had to be a dragon, right? Look at that, just how the universe just put that in. They gave me a real UAP dragon, and they stuck a real Earth dragonfly. So some of you are saying, God, how could you mistaken, Robert, how could you mistaken a dragonfly for a UAP? Well, you know, I had six years ago, I had the Sony 1080 30 frames, and I had no platform of what UAP dragons are. So I did my best. Being a pharmacist, and I have a heavy science background, so I look at something long enough, I'm going to figure it out. I'm going to figure it out and figure out what's going on, no matter how impossible the answer is. I'm going to figure this out. So now you know. So take your cell phone, landscape, zoom in halfway, aircraft, helicopters, airplanes. You're going to catch dragons. They're all over YouTube. They're all over the world. For some reason, Marina Del Rey is infested. We don't know why yet. It's got to be something in the water. It has to be. They're parked under the ocean here. You know, 33 miles away is that underground Malibu base. Maybe that's connected. The Navy and 2 research vessels have been here looking, and they even dropped a submarine in the water for an hour, looking around the jetty rocks. So if they know, they're not they're not telling us anything. Zero. They're telling us zero. So this information is current. Please feel free to reach out to me, leave a comment, a question. My email is custodianfile@gmail. Custodianfile@gmail. I'll do my best. I'll share. All my videos are open source. Take it, run with the ball, start your own channel. That's fine. If you have any questions, again, reach out. Hope you have a good weekend, and take care. I will talk to you later. Bye-bye.